Dale Vince, tycoon, green energy boss, massive Labour donor, and a man who's been going around conference, I hear, trying to ban people eating meat and make us eat grass again.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I've been talking about grass protein and how I think it's a great opportunity. And I think the thing you're referring to, as I said, at the moment in schools there's a law that forces them to put meat and dairy on the menu. And I think we should take away that. So there's choices there.
We'll talk about that later, but what about Keir Starmer's speech? What do you make of that? Pleased about GB Energy going to Scotland? Are you involved in that?
I think it's the right decision. It doesn't fuss me completely one way or the other, but I think it's the right decision. Aberdeen is a sensible place to put it. The heart of the oil and gas industry, it makes sense, right?
Declining oil and gas industry that they're slowly putting out of business.
Well, no, it's putting itself out of business, because the green transition is knocking it off the grid. It's in decline anyway. The North Sea's running out. You know that.
But is it going to be? Is the replacement? It's factored in even on our net zero plans that oil and gas will be a part of our plans up until 2050. So, are you not risking our energy security, our energy independence, our energy bills by going too fast on all your stuff?
Well, I think the faster we get to 100% green energy on the grid, the faster we get bills down and keep them there, and we protect ourselves from the global influences that drove the energy crisis. That's the price of fossil fuels. So even when we make them here in our country, we don't set the price for them. So the faster we move to green energy, the better.
You were one of Labour's biggest donors before the election. Do you got any buyer's remorse yet?
Remorse. No, because they won the election, and that was the most important thing for me. That's what I wanted. Because, a couple of reasons. One is they get the green economy. I believe that they're starting to make the changes that we need to sort out so many of our problems. And secondly, of course, we'd had 14 years of disastrous rule, which was, kind of typified by infighting more than fighting the
There's
problems
been a
of the
fair bit of
country.
infighting behind the scenes here, though, hasn't there?
I haven't seen that. Like what?
Well, Dump 10 operation doesn't exactly look like it's a nest of singing birds, is it?
I think there's been some leaking or something, isn't there? But about some clothes, it's not a big story.
Have you given Keir any clothes? You're a stylish man. Would you like to see him dress a bit more like you?
No, I don't think so.
What do you get though? Is it as a donor? Do you get sort of special perks? Do you get to meet the Prime Minister while you're here? Does he have a chat?
I might get the chance to meet him. I'm not really sure, but and I haven't met him since I've been here. I haven't met him since the election, just to be frank.
He hasn't had you around for a beer to say thanks.
But I've just got to repeat, I gave money to Labour because I wanted them to win the election, and our politics is funded by donations. The Conservatives did double the election spending limit, which could have really increased the gap that's normally there between the Conservatives and Labour, and it's a civic duty, I think, to fund politics in our country as long as you don't want something in return.
I mean, you don't want anything in return? Nothing?
No, I want them to run the country.
All right. You want to run him? Okay. All right, I'll hold you there. Thank you very much. Always nice to see you. Mind the balance. Cheers.